hashtag ISN, should we trade Goff and go all in with Lance? No, and I don't think they're going to trade him even if we wanted to. Yeah. I think he is a Detroit Lion for sure. And you want to know what? A lot of people think this dude's a window licker. He's trash. I think he's going to surprise a little bit, being a little bit better than that. Dern.
We've talked quite a bit about this, and I don't think they draft a quarterback at all this year. It makes no sense to me. So you trade your starting quarterback, you get a haul for him, and you get a quarterback replacement, okay? Which is under contract for at least 2 more years. So why would you sit a rookie quarterback that you get this year for 2 years? I don't understand that. So why wouldn't you build around the team, and then maybe next year if Goff is actually bad, which he hasn't played a snap for the team, so what's the point? People are calling him trash already? Come on, man.
And there's a question here. I don't know exactly who it was. Obviously, I missed it, but it was about, are we worried about the kicker position? Because Matt Prater signed with the Arizona Cardinals. And I'm going to send this one to Travis Trottel because he is also a Steelers fan, and the kicker that they had is the guy who's our kicker. Can you explain to the folks about our young kicker we got that's now the starter right now?
Okay. I am a Pittsburgh Steelers fan as well as a Cardinals fan and a diehard Detroit Lions fan. Now, over in Pittsburgh, they had a guy named Chris Boswell. Great kicker, got injured last year. They brought in a kid named Matthew Wright. I was like, who in God's green earth is this kid? And I was very impressed in the games that he was playing because he didn't just play in one game. He played in multiple games last year. I believe he even played in the playoff games that they were in as well. And then as soon as the season ended, Detroit Lions swooped him up, and that he is on our roster, and that is going to be your starting kicker, and you're not going to be unimpressed with this kid. You're going to be very, very impressed.
Mark Orm from Orm's Forum. Lions thoughts on Keanu O'Neal if the price is right?
I like Keanu O'Neal. He could be a little bit pricey, though. I know he just recently came out and said that he's willing to play some linebacker for teams if the price is right. He's really trying to get himself on a team right now. And I know he's more of an in-the-box safety. He can create some plays. I do like his style, man, but he could be a little bit too expensive. But I would actually pick up the phone and give his agent a call and see what he's asking for. See what kind of price range he's at, because he's a pretty good safety. He suffered through some injuries though, but I do like his style of play.
Zach J, the last that I seen it before we made a couple signings today is around $22 million under the cap. It's gonna obviously be different because we had signings. One happened while we were live here, so I'm going to assume it's probably like $17 million, something around there that we're under the cap. Hashtag ISN. Would we have the best running back group in the NFL if we draft Najee Harris?
Yes, we would have the best running back group in the National Football League. But I don't see it happening. Yeah, I don't see it happening. MicroMike has said it the best off air. We got only 6 picks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we only have 6 picks, folks. Now, if we had a bunch of picks like we are next year, we're going to have a ton of picks next year, folks. All our free agents, they signing big deals. And
I think we got 27 picks next year, don't we? 27?
We're only allowed 4.
I know.
We already got 4.
We got 13.
we already got a first round pick and our normal 7, so we're sitting on pretty good right now of 12. So far, Jalen Waddle or Jamar Chase in the first round. I like Jamar Chase better than Jalen Waddle.
Yeah.
But what say you, Sizzle? What do you think about these two?
I went back and forth with Waddle and Smith, actually, but I do think Jamar Chase is that top guy. I think that his just structural build is better than those two, and the durability has been better. I mean, that championship season in 2019 with LSU, he was a sophomore, and he looked like a number 1 NFL wide receiver at that young age. He's still 20, I believe, so he will be going into his age 21 season as a rookie. Super young kid, great talent. He actually runs pretty darn good routes as well. and he can win at the catch point, I think he's a home run hit for anybody at the top of the draft. I do love Waddle as well, though, as a guy who I've comped to an OBJ or DJ Moore type explosiveness with really great contested ball ability.
Hashtag ISN, do you think that Allen Robinson's a possible sign since he wants to get traded from the Bears? The Bears place a franchise tag on. Well, we can't sign him because he got franchise tag, but we're talking off air. I was talking with Sizzle here, and he had an interesting saying because it looked like Kenny Galladay was visiting them. Would he force himself to be traded out? Allen Robinson, Sizzle, what do you think about this situation there?
Yeah, I think a lot of Bears fans are kind of, I don't want to say in denial about this, but it is kind of a touchy subject with them. Robinson is not happy, and I love Allen Robinson. I think he's criminally underrated with the team, and the talent that he brings to that roster is really good. If you watch his highlights, he makes some ridiculous catches, and I just don't think he gets his respect. But from the Bears' perspective, they're not giving him a long-term contract. He's had to play with terrible quarterback options. And I don't think bringing in Andy Dalton really eases any of his frustrations. So I wouldn't
Andy
be.
Dalton.
It eased his mind, though.
I wouldn't be surprised to see him not sign the franchise tag and demand to be traded elsewhere. And I think that that's why you bring in a guy like Galladay that they reportedly visited with last night. So I think it's unrealistic that they keep those two under contract at the same time. Obviously, it's just news and rumors going around right now, and I'm really interested to see where Kenny ends up going, but I would not be shocked if Allen Robinson is not a Bear at the start of the season next year.
Travis Doyley with a $5 super chat. It says, what's the most important position we should be looking towards drafting? And I think it's, look, linebacker. We need help at this position extremely, extremely bad. I mean, we're looking right now, Jalen Reeves-Maybin, Jelani Tavai, and Jamie Collins as starting linebackers. That does not make me feel good. It really doesn't. Look, I like Jalen Reeves-Maybin over Christian Jones. With that said, Christian Jones was not good. So I think we need to really focus on getting one in this draft. And it doesn't necessarily have to be a guy at the 7th pick. We got to get somebody in there that can be a dominant in the middle. Another super chat from Corey Batten. Goff isn't going anywhere. I think the Lions would be crazy for taking a quarterback at 7 or trading down or grabbing a weapon. Great show, guys. I love the trade down scenario. This is my number one scenario. Trade down, maybe go to 19, go to 15, and maybe pick up a linebacker like Jeremiah Owusu-Karamoah, Dern.
No, thank you. I'd rather trade back to 9 or 12 and get Rashawn Slater.
I love Rashawn Slater.
You can just run the ball like they want to. Man,
and
he's a beast.
Yeah, talk about that. There's actually, here it is, from Don Stradamus. What's your thoughts on drafting Rashawn Slater, Dern?
Even if we're stuck at 7, I'm taking Rashawn Slater. He can play any position on your offensive line, even center. Mm-hmm. So why wouldn't you want a guy that bulldozes guys in the run game and is a really good pass blocker? He is dangerously close to Sewell as being 1 and 2, in my opinion.
Yeah,
we have 230 in the chat. Let's get those likes up, folks. Let's get to 150 in the chat. Micah Parsons off the field problems concern you guys, or is he on your radar? Is he off or on your radar? I know, look, Mark is a big time Parsons fan. Does the off field thing worry you, Mark?
The off field thing is concerning a little bit. It all depends on how far this rookie hazing was took, because football is hazing is part of sports. I know it is for a fact. I've been part of it, but some of his allegations against him are pretty bad. They're pretty bad, and but I still love him. I still think he's a phenomenal player, and I'm still banging the table for him at 7.
Trox, tell me about Bullock, man. Weren't you just talking about him like 10 minutes ago?
Wasn't he the former Texans kicker?
He was Cincinnati. He played with Cincinnati. Actually, he did play with also what do you call it? The Texans as well.
Oh, okay, that's where I know him from.
Yep. But I mean, hey, competition is a great thing. You're gonna have Matthew Wright and Randy Bullock going at it in training camp. I love it.
Hey, Matt Prater's gone, and that's not Bullock's.
I'm
it's
glad.
Actually really, really true.
Hey, he's going to my desert, so he's going to be with the Red Sea.
You're going to be fine from 50 out, but inside 50? Sorry, guy.
What's
You're
your
gonna need a
guys'
lot of
thoughts
Gatorade.
on drafting Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah? Travis Doyle, you already know I love Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. I think he'd be a fantastic pick if the Lions trade back from 7. I mean, this guy, he's a little bit small. Okay, he's 6'1", 215 pounds, but he's a beast, man. Sideline to sideline, something that we haven't had in a long time.
Yeah.
We don't know a sideline to sideline. Only sideline to sideline we know is a guy going to the water and getting injured.
That's it, eh?
I mean, our
Getting guarded off
linebackers.
the sidelines.
That's just the hashtag facts going on here, folks. Hold on one second. All right, good to go right there. So, yeah, don't understand the love here. I like the idea of going to a 4-3 defense. You guys think about bringing in some hybrid box safeties, maybe to help out the linebacker if really can't stack there. I like the 4-3 much better than the 3-4. That's my personal opinion here. What about you, Dern? 4-3, 3-4?
Yeah, I've been pounding the table for that ever since the ending of last season. Actually, during the season last year, too, we talked about it a lot. It's because we seem to play better when Pennicini and Shelton were in at the same time. And now I feel like our defensive line got even better, and our strength has now become the D-line instead of your linebacker position. So to me, it's like a no-brainer. Why would you go to stick with the set that your linebackers, which you need 4 and a 3-4, obviously, it's your weak spot. So go to your strength.
I like the 4-3 over the 3-4. Always have. Sizzle, what about you?
Yeah, I think that the 4-3 makes sense right now, especially after that Brockers move. You guys hit it right on the head. That's where the strength of the defense is at right now. So I don't understand why they would want to take some of those talented guys up front off of the football field. I do kind of like the idea of inserting some of those hybrid safety linebacker type players. But again, I don't know if it fits this scheme. Green Bay's tried to do it over the course of the years, and it hasn't always worked out because it wasn't a great scheme fit. So maybe you stay away from that. But like was mentioned earlier, Keanu Neal is a guy who Detroit could look at. I actually, when I was talking about Desmond King a few minutes ago as a prospective corner for Detroit, he actually just signed a dirt cheap contract with the Texans. So the poor guy's going there for $3.5 million. Yeah, that's not going to turn out so hot for him. So, but nonetheless, he's an all-pro corner. So, or at least was in 2019. Maybe that gives some hope for a affordable contract for Keanu Neal, who's had some injury issues that could drive his price down. But I think 4-3 is the way to go here.